Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I do want to talk about two different players, and that does consist of Dani Alves and Paul Pogba, two players who reportedly have offered themselves to this club. But before we go into that topic, I do want to talk about the OneFootball app. The OneFootball app is considered as the best football app you could find within the App Store when it does come to the latest player news, team stats, player stats, any tournament that you do want to follow. It is all compact within the OneFootball app. And for those of you guys who are in the UK, you guys would also be able to see La Liga highlights if you guys are following either FC Barcelona, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, Valencia, Real Sociedad. If you guys are in the UK, you would be able to see those teams' highlights. And again, all of this is going to be compact within the OneFootball app. The link is going to be down in the description box down below. By clicking that link, you guys would also be able to support this YouTube channel. But now let's get back into the video. So we do live in very weird times. I never in my life expected Dani Alves to potentially come back to Barcelona, or Pogba offering himself to this club. And it's crazy to hear that Barcelona is in this position, to know that they are being offered these two players, because Barcelona right now, they have the idea on bringing in new players. We know that Barcelona want to bring in new players like Zakaria, Dani Olmo, Sterling, Gaia, Kessie. We have all heard many different players that have been reportedly potentially coming to Barcelona, but never in our lives were we expecting to hear that Dani Alves might potentially make a surprising return to Barcelona, or Pogba offering himself to this club. It's very surprising. But the one player that many are excited for, it is Dani Alves. Dani Alves, the one who has given so much for this club, the one player that has been part of the tremendous success that Barcelona has experienced between the years of 2008 through 2015. The fact that this player is coming back to this club in 2021 or 2022, potentially, again, this is nothing official, but potentially, that is so exciting to hear. And it does say here, according to Ferran Correas, the sporting area of Barcelona have doubts over Dani Alves' return. He has offered himself to the club and they know he would be a positive character, but they believe his arrival would stop the development of Serginho Dest or Mingueza. Now, what Barcelona is basically saying here is that yes, they would welcome a player like Dani Alves, but they believe that his transfer in or his return to this club would stop the development, the progression of Mingueza and Serginho Dest, because we know that Barcelona is a club right now that want to add great emphasis on the youngsters. They want to put these youngsters into the spotlight. They do not want to move or look back on the previous players that we have had, or bring in world-class players in every transfer window. They want to have youth players that they have nurtured over the years and bring them into the spotlight. That is Barcelona's main idea. But going further into Dani Alves, right? I'm going to be giving my opinion on the transfer of Dani Alves to Barcelona later in this video. But Dani Alves, over the past few months or years, he has always made it very clear that he would love to return back to this club, because this is what he did say around fall 2020, and I quote, "I have always had in mind that one day I will return to Barcelona. It is the club that I love, a city that is my home and where I want to live. Even if I am a fan, I will still return to Barcelona." And then we have also heard Dani Alves continue to talk about the return to Barcelona yesterday, and this is what he said, and I quote, "It would sound very advantageous to say that Barcelona needs me now. I always said that I left because I saw things that were not the way I thought they should be, and I came out saying that when Barcelona needed me and wanted me, I would be at their disposal regardless of where I was. The affection, the love, and respect that I have for this club is too much. I still think that I can contribute anywhere, but more at Barcelona because of the number of young people it has now." So for example, Gavi, Serginho Dest, Nico Gonzalez, Ricky Puig, Pedri, Frankie de Jong. Now let's continue. Then he said, "Everywhere I have been, I have always thought that the perfect mix is the experience with the youth players." And again, this is exactly what he did say about 12 to 24 hours ago. And the fact that Dani Alves continues to push for that move, could it actually happen? Could we actually see our veteran right back, a former player of FC Barcelona, actually come back to the Camp Nou? Now, the one thing that I want to make very clear is going to be this. I understand, right? I understand that Barcelona do want to develop their youth players. I understand that I even said over the past 10 to 15 videos that this Barcelona club needs to add more emphasis towards the youth. I know I have said that, and I know that many of you guys within the comment sections have also said that. Now, here's the thing, right? Of course, we're going to be hearing Barcelona actually reject the move of Dani Alves returning to Barcelona for now. Like, of course, because this has been something that has been thought about yesterday. Right now, Barcelona is in a phase where they have to think about whether this move would actually make sense for now. How would they handle it? How many minutes would they give Dani Alves? How would this hurt potentially the other right backs for Barcelona or the other left backs for FC Barcelona? And so, of course, Barcelona do have to think about this for now. Just because we are hearing that Barcelona are hesitant and are not thinking about bringing in this player, it does not mean that it is 100% rolled off. We could see this story and this saga potentially develop within these next 3 to 4 weeks. Now, I want to give my input on this, right? Because many are going to be asking, would you welcome Dani Alves to Barcelona? And I would say, yes, I think that this is a great move. And I'm saying this because of many reasons. Alves is a player that has the experience of knowing what it takes to win many titles within one season. He has the mentality of a warrior, and the position that he plays, which is the right back position, he plays that role very, very well. And the one thing that I do want to make very clear is this: if Alves ever comes to Barcelona, if he actually makes this return, if Barcelona says, yes, let's bring in this player, I do not necessarily believe that he's going to be coming over here to play 80 to 90% of the minutes available throughout the season. I think that Dani Alves would come to Barcelona to only make the locker room much stronger, to bring in the leadership that is necessary for these youth players. So he would not be here and become an automatic starter for FC Barcelona. The whole idea of bringing Dani Alves back to Barcelona would be to act as a leader, not to start for FC Barcelona, not to take away 60 to 80% of the minutes away from Serginho Dest, for example. He would literally only be here to mainly mentor these players. And the one player that will highly benefit from this move, it would be Serginho Dest, because right now Serginho Dest is acting like a monster as a right back. We know that he is still very raw as a right back, but just imagine what this player could become in about 2 or 3 years once he does have Dani Alves with him, once he does have a player like him right next to him, mentoring him on how to defend, when to defend, how to press, when to press, how to attack, also when to know when you need a player besides you when you do go up to attack, and how to read counterattacks before they do even start. Dani Alves knows all of this, and if he can implement these ideas, these experiences to a player like Serginho Dest, you're going to be having one hell of a right back in about 4 to 5 years. So how would I handle Dani Alves' minutes at Barcelona? I would say that Dest should still start as a right back for FC Barcelona no matter what. The backup could be Dani Alves, and then as for the left back position, we could see Alejandro Balde start for FC Barcelona and Alba being the backup towards Alejandro Balde. You see how all of this does work, right? So even if Dani Alves comes over here, many are going to be saying, but Dest might potentially move to the left back position and take away the minutes of Alejandro Balde. No, that's not the case. That is not how it's going to be working out. Because let me tell you, Sergio Roberto is not going to be playing in that right back position if Dani Alves were to come. Mingueza would not also play in that right back position if Dani Alves were to come. Sergio Roberto is a player that should be playing in the midfield. And if he cannot play in the midfield, then I do expect Barcelona to make a very big move for Sergio Roberto to move away from this club. Mingueza is also another player that is not meant to play in the right back position. We know that Mingueza can play very well as a right back. We know his capabilities, but I strongly believe that his main position should be a center back. So if we could put these players that we have that is currently considered as the backup to Dest in their main positions, then there should be no problem on having Dani Alves as the backup for Serginho Dest. Dest could take away 90% of the minutes throughout the season, while Dani Alves covers 10% of those minutes. Now the other question is going to be this: okay, if Alves were to come to Barcelona, what type of contract should we expect Barcelona to hand towards Alves? I would say that Barcelona should give this player, Alves, a contract until the summer of 2023. If he were to come in January 2022, then I would say that it is about a year and a half. In terms of him staying at Barcelona, he would be completing half a season plus one more full season, which will be throughout the 2022-2023 season. If they can do that, that will be perfectly fine. Again, it's all about how Barcelona is going to be handling this. We are not going to be expecting Barcelona to give Dani Alves a 4 to 5 year contract with a high wage and giving him the starting role. That is not how it's going to go down. I believe that many people think that it's going to go in that way when it's not. Because honestly, if Dani Alves were to come over here and the whole idea was for him to start and to give him a long-term contract, then no, I would not say that Dani Alves should come to Barcelona. It's all about what the approach is going to be, what is going to be the ideal and correct plan for this player. Now let's move on towards Paul Pogba, who is another player where reportedly he has offered himself to this club. And it does say here, according to Moises Llorens, Barca is the latest team to be offered Paul Pogba for free next summer. The club would be open to getting him for free, but they don't know if they would be able to afford Rayola's commission and Pogba's salary. Now, the other thing that I do want to make very clear is this: Barcelona is in a phase where they are analyzing Pogba's transfer. They are not ruling off the transfer of Pogba as of yet. And I have said this before, we have talked about Pogba before, but if Pogba were to come to this club, to Barcelona, Pogba will have to do something very similar to what Memphis has done with Barcelona, which basically means that Pogba will need to do everything in his power to tell his agent that he wants a lower salary in order for him to make this move happen. If if he really wants to come to Barcelona next season, which will be in the summer of 2022. Because if Pogba expects to get paid 13 to 15 million euros coming from FC Barcelona, there is no chance. Barcelona is not going to be giving out a tremendous wage such as that. It is just not going to be possible. Pogba is going to have to meet Barcelona halfway. As for the commission coming from Raiola, it is unknown. We do not know how much he is demanding, but this is kind of like the main reason why I do not really talk about Pogba's transfer enough. It is because I just do not see this move actually happening unless Pogba does make that commitment on coming to Barcelona, making sacrifices. This is the main reason on why I do not put too much attention on this player. Now look, Pogba right now with Manchester United, he is not doing very well. The club as a whole is not doing very well. I do expect to see a massive overhaul happening within this club, maybe a change of a manager, because look, they have just lost, I believe, 4-2 to Leicester City, which is a huge loss. And so there is a big division going on between Pogba and the fans, and many are saying that they do not even know if United want to keep Pogba, because right now there are two players that are playing in the exact same role and position, which is Bruno Fernandes and Pogba, two players who like to give out the exact same type of tendencies on the field. And because of that, that is also hurting United, because if you are having two midfielders attack for your team, you are going to be leaving the field wide open when the opposition does attack. And they have been saying that they are blaming Pogba for leaving the pitch wide open. So you can see that there is some sort of sporting issues going on the field and within this squad. And if Pogba sees that there is some sporting issues, if he sees that he is just not the correct fit for Man United no more, then he might potentially move away from Manchester United. So we are really going to have to pay attention to how all of this does evolve between United and Pogba. So many things do have to take place in order for us to actually even have a full conversation on Pogba potentially moving to FC Barcelona. But let me tell you guys, if for some odd reason, if a miracle actually happens, if Pogba says, I'm going to be moving away from United, and he says that I'm going to lower my salary to move to FC Barcelona, if a miracle like that actually happens, can you imagine what Barcelona's midfield would look like if Pogba were to come to this club? It would be a midfield that would kill, like Pogba with Gavi and De Jong, Pogba with Frankie De Jong and Pedri, or Pedri, Gavi and Pogba. That would be a midfield that would do wonders, a midfield that can be so creative and can really bring Barcelona results. But again, I really do doubt this move actually happening. I want to make that very clear. I don't want anyone here to think that this move can actually happen or if there's a real chance. It is because Barcelona just have really bad finances at the moment. They have to be very conservative and spend wisely. And so it does say here, according to the report coming from Moises Llorens, Pogba has not made a decision yet on his future. He has not ruled out renewing with Manchester United, and Pogba will explore other options that is on the table. So if this situation between Pogba and Barcelona evolve over these next few months, we are going to be paying close attention towards this move. But as of now, it does seem very unfeasible. But that is going to be wrapping up today's Barcelona Daily News. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are new here, welcome to the channel. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys in the next video.